Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Can You Survive Tides of War? After a lunch break, we are rested and ready to bring you more action. We hope you are ready for it. We will be again having two back-to-back so you will lock in here to find out who the next two players to be eliminated from the game will be. First, they are filing in behind me. Plotty, Cam, and I in the Tribal Council area. Let's take a look at the player. Oh, we're back. We're still live. Okay, hi. Let me get a better picture. Sorry about that. Internet was being a little bit of a diva, but we're back. Thanks for sticking with us and welcome back to a screen that is not black. We are now, well, wind really picking up here. I will try to block the wind for you, and our quaddy players are settled into Tribal Council, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip it around so you can see them, and we'll get started. Again, sorry for that delay. Thanks for sticking with us.
All right, after the false start, welcome back, Claudie. A little too soon to return. The one nice thing about that, though, is the way the challenge went. There's nothing really to talk about. Every single one of you lost that, so nice and even in that scenario. Meg, I want to start with you. So obviously we had 3v3 in terms of vets and rookies on this tribe, and we saw a vet go home last time. Where do you feel like that leaves you and Ale in this grouping?
I mean, there's definitely they have the capability to, uh, the rookies have the capability to act as a threesome and get one of us off, which was a chance that we knew we were taking the last time, and we did it. Yeah, we did it because we felt confident that it wouldn't just work for that vote, but also moving forward.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear you speak on that too, Ale. I mean, like Meg mentioned, it was a risk to not try to, potentially force a tie or force a flip in the other direction. So I'm curious, what do you feel about this group that led you to believe that you're not 5-4 right now?
Well, we thought we were gonna win first of all, so that was good. But I think in general, like, I, I think both of us are really good with the personal connections that we made with the three of them as humans. Like, this is really difficult, right? Like, the five of us, I feel like really bonded. Honestly, probably more than like the original tribes a little bit at this point. Like, it just like this sucks so much, but I personally, I felt really confident in the personal relationship that I made with all three of them to say, hey, I'm good. Like, I trust you to get rid of like a number and show that it's not, it doesn't have to be vets versus rookies, right? Like, this game is not going to stay that way the entire time. Why are we doing that, right? Like, we could start something new, something better, and like, let's do that. Like, let's trust each other. Let us give you like a show of trust by saying, hey, we're voting out Maya first, and then putting our trust in someone else's hands, right? So I feel good. Like, I feel like, yeah, like I feel good in the relationships I had made. So
Okay. Dylan, that kind of brings up an interesting math problem here. So
Yes.
obviously, if Ale and Meg were comforted by what they heard enough to say, hey, we're going to give this one, the kind of implication is that they're going to get something back, meaning this time potentially a rookie is going home.
Right.
So do you feel like that was sort of the implication? Is that worrying you about heading into this tribal?
I mean, I'm always worried. I would also say I have a BFA. I don't do math. But yeah. I mean, it's never, as the tribe gets smaller. As tribes get smaller, it gets scarier. So I think that was an implication. Yeah. Is
Okay.
that the yeah?
Okay. This grouping here is there were two original Quaddies, two original Grindel, and our friend Jessica here. Like that put you heading into kind of this scramble mode here? Did that put you? Do you feel like in a position between two groups, or do you feel that potentially ostracized you as the odd one out?
I mean, it could go either way. I don't necessarily see the game as like rookies versus vets anymore at that point. It seems, it's really just about who you want to work with moving forward, and you make. As far as being the last yellow or the only yellow in the tribe, yep, that still makes me nervous. I definitely would not be surprised if my name came up. So,
okay.
It is.
I mean, how does this kind of scramble go? I mean, are there 5 names? You've heard every name, or are you kind of focusing on it's either this or that, plan A or plan B?
It's everything. It's most, I think, coming down to how do we avoid another back-to-back council. I don't know that our team could take another hit after whatever happens today. But I definitely think there's been a scramble with many names, so curious to see how it pans out.
Okay. Meg, so Ale mentioned, this is a group that potentially bonded even more maybe than your beginning tribes. And this seems like maybe a group that could go further. So are you looking at this vote of, hey, we're going to get down to 4, and this is a 4 that I plan to go really far with?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
and so
the idea.
what makes it about this group in particular?
And you never know how things are going to mesh. And I mean, I will say that losing some challenges hurt, also helped us bond. I think we work really well together when we're succeeding, and we also, obviously work well when we're not. And that just reveals a lot about sort of the alchemy of people together.
Okay. How do you go about this vote, Jessica, making sure that someone doesn't feel like they're 4th of the remaining 4?
That's a really hard question. I think as long as people can see kind of every vote is different and things can change at any time. We could win the next however many challenges and just go to merge, and then there is no 4th out of 4. And I don't think anyone would be in that position either way, no matter what happens. I think that everyone would be kind of on equal footing either way.
Yeah.
Do you
Can
want
I
to say
add
something,
to that?
Dylan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump in.
I love the site of like who's on the bottom, but a square has 4 equal sides.
Wow. Well said.
No,
Guess
geometry is
what?
amazing.
Yeah.
No, I'm gay, so I love shapes. I have a BFA. I hate math.
Okay. Well, you've all said the right things at this tribal council, so we'll see where this one goes. Are you all ready to vote? All right, we're gonna start on your side.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll start with you, Dylan.
Oh, great.
All right, away they go to vote, and away we go as well. Gonna head on up to our usual spot to chat together. Sorry, I know it's a little choppy still. We decided to give our Wi-Fi extender a lunch break as well. And apparently, now that she's back to work, she's not happy about it and is throwing a little fit. So hopefully it's gonna go smooth from here. I am also icing my phone, so that won't happen again, hopefully. But, you know, we're doing our best here. Appreciate your feedback and your patience. Okay. Heading on up to our bush. A lot to unpack right now. The first half of their deliberation, this group had kind of some set plans in mind, and then it sounds like things potentially have shifted around. So excited to kind of divulge all of that with y'all. All right, let's get to our little shady bush. And let's see. Okay, let me flip you around here so that we are hanging out. And okay. All right, here we are. Hello. Okay, so, okay, let me flip to my notes. Okay, so, all right, if we can recall from last round, we had a couple of duo, like partner pairs. So we had Ale and Meg M, who were together on their original tribe and were tight. Dylan and Molly also on their original tribe and are tight. And so those four would of course leave Jess as not part of that four and the fifth member, and potentially, you know, the vote. Let's see. It sounds like Dylan and Molly are originally down for that plan, willing to flip on fellow rookie Jess as kind of like a, you know, tit for tat situation when Ale and Meg M voted with them to vote out their fellow vet in Maya last round. However, so that's like kind of the Dylan and Molly plan. They're like, hey, let's stick what worked last time. Let's have it work again this time. Like, why not? So they're kind of looking at that. Meanwhile, if you'll remember last round, Ale and Meg were going back and forth between Molly and Jess because they were kind of wanting to firm up a group of either Dylan, Ale, Meg, and Molly, or Dylan, Ale, Meg, and Jess. So Meg M, super split on this decision as of her confessionals, really had no idea whether she should go Molly or Jess. And Ale actually told her, I trust your judgment on this. You make the decision, and then we'll vote that way. So kind of taking his hands off the reins there and letting her drive, which is a huge, you know, show of trust. Really hard to not have any, like, to give away your agency basically in this game. But potentially really smart to like really prove to someone that you're super with them. Confessionals are done in the game and filmed for the players to access after. We don't post them on our thing. We get tea time with me instead to catch you up on everything in like a quick way. So back to that group, Dylan and Ale have super bonded as well, really liking each other. And Dylan kind of, you know, chatting with Ale that like, hey, let's keep Molly because I want us to be four strong, and I also don't want to be alone because if Molly leaves, it'll just, you know, be me without my friend from our previous thing. Meanwhile, Jess not going to take it lying down, however, and Jess and Ale kind of are on like a side thing, and so Jess was pitching to Ale, hey, keep me, because Jess is kind of realizing Dylan and Molly are probably flipping on her. And so Jess approached Ale and said, hey, keep me so that next round you don't have a 2 versus 2 situation if you lose again and have to go to rocks and for a tiebreaker. A really precarious position. You don't want to be encouraging them to continue to look forward to future rounds like they were trying to last time and keep her around. So that was kind of pretty much what was happening until a few minutes before Tribal Council happened. Apparently the rookies started all whispering together without the vets, so that would be Dylan, Molly, and Jess. And there appeared like maybe there was a vibe change, and Ale like walked by one of our tribe handlers and did his best like Jim from The Office impression and was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and like mouthed that. So I don't know if it's because Meg M hasn't told him who they're voting, or because Jess maybe has approached Dylan and Molly and been like, hey Molly, it's either you or me. Why don't we make it neither of us buddy up and target either Ale or Meg? So I don't know. That's just like kind of me speculating on that from, a couple pointed looks and mouthing, but like, I really don't know who's about to go home. This is going to be wild. I think everyone is going to be pretty surprised. So, should be a good one. All right. We are heading on back, so let me flip y'all around so we can see our lovely players. Following Cam with the votes back into the Tribal Council area now.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll get to the votes. First vote. Jess. Second vote. Molly. Third vote. Jess. Fourth vote, and the next person voted out of Can You Survive? Jessica. Jessica, please bring in your vote.
Love you. Win.
I believe it's this one. Jessica, the tribe has spoken.
Thanks. Thank you guys.
Love you.
All right, and we are.
Yeah.
All of you so much.
You win.
Trust me, I promise.
All right, and we are following Jessica out of the Tribal Council area, still on the live stream. Jess, we're going to get you over to the shade right over here. And once those other players are out of earshot, this will be your time to just share anything you want to share with our fabulous viewers. Okay.
All
right,
now?
Jess.
No, we're gonna wait, right?
Yeah, we're waiting until they file away. All right, the floor is yours.
This I'm bummed, but I don't want to have a live stream either. I suppose in a good place that I thought of. And a couple people that I trusted. But everybody probably trusts them. They're probably saying the same thing to everybody, and that makes all of them better players than me because I believed it. I also think it doesn't help that they suck at challenges, even though they're idiots because now they're going to merge. They're going to want someone who sucks at challenges and is going to win anything. I enjoy being on this tribe. I really like everyone. I hope they all do really well, but not bad. I'm just sad.
Yeah, well, you are certainly not the first player to ever cry on a live stream. You are in excellent company, I can promise you that. Jess, you made it so deep into this game so far, very well into day 3. A lot to be proud of about your time out here. I'd love to know if maybe there's something you're particularly proud of about yourself with this.
All of this. Challenges I did okay, sleeping out in the woods, like, I really think I could do it coming in here, and I'm happy I made it as far as I did as well. I wish I could have made it a little further, but there's a bajillion people and only one person can win. And I should have worked out more, I guess, before I came. So
you and me both. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, I'm not negative. I'm very happy for the experience. I'm just very sad.
Oh, of course. And I know a lot of players that have coming out here for the first time say it was a really big learning experience for them. Is there something you maybe learned about yourself that you didn't know?
I'm sure that I'm going to continue thinking about things and learning things, but I think that I'm a lot more resilient than I think I am, because this shit is crazy. I can't believe the stuff that I've done for the past couple of days. Like, I'm very proud of myself.
You absolutely should be. And Jess, before I let you go to No Man's Land, this is your time to shout out your charity. You are repping them proudly on your t-shirt right now.
I'm wearing the shirt today. Yes, my charity is Vintage Pet Rescue. They take in senior and disabled dogs and they get them the medical care they need so they can find their forever homes. These are dogs that would normally get euthanized or spend their entire lives in shelters. I adopted a dog from them. It's a really wonderful charity, and people can go find them on social media and donate to them directly now that I'm out of the game, or almost out of the game. I'm glad I get to earn a lot of money for them. At the end of the day, I'm really proud of myself for that too.
As you absolutely should be. Jess, gonna sorry, I'm emotional.
Sorry.
I'm gonna hand you off to your handler Barry now, who will take you on over to No Man's Land. Of course, this is not the last we'll be seeing of you just yet, and I'm just gonna give you a hug if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, of course, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you.
All right, and we're gonna say so long for now to Jessica, and head back on over to the Tribal Council area. All right, going to be doing some phone icing while we wait for our next tribe to arrive. All right, Jessica walking out towards No Man's Land, and soon to be walking into Tribal Council will be our next tribe, which will be New Nedic. They have not yet been to Tribal Council as this swap tribe, so it'll be fun to learn what their tribe dynamics are in just a few minutes when we go off for a second edition of Tea Time. Terry, curious what the temperatures are here today. I can't check on my phone because I'm chatting with you, but perhaps someone can check on their phone for the temperature. Temperature check out here in beautiful Brownfield, Maine. 87 degrees. Cooler than earlier during that grueling challenge that these two tribes lost, which has brought them here. Players seemingly reluctant to enter the Tribal Council area, maybe wanting to get those last few moments of still being officially in the game. Let's see. Simo wants to know if anyone from the vet tribe has advantages or idols. So if you're just joining us here on day 3, we swapped late last night into 3 new tribes. They are evenly split to start out, 3 vets and 3 rookies. And this tribe is still in those numbers because they are heading in for the first time as the swap tribe today. So we can see them walking in the distance. And another shameless plug for the Instagram. If you're just now tuning in to start this day, head over there for a fast recap of what's gone on so far so you're all caught up with us. And here we have the Nedic tribe filing in as a group for the first time with Ty holding the banner, followed by Drew, Louie, Kevin H., Zoe, and Brad.
All right.
Hey.
Hi, Kevin. We'll start with you.
Oh, okay.
So this tribe split that we did, we split you evenly, rookies versus vets. Do you feel like, in terms of the strategy here, those sides are that line in the sand is still pretty clear? Or do you feel like things were really blurred as you started to talk to people?
I think it would be silly to think that there's not a chance that the lines are still clear, but I also think that it would be silly to not blur them. So a little from column A and a little from column B.
Okay, Ty. I mean, you have the luxury having won the first immunity that you saw the other two tribes come back. You saw notably one vet go and one rookie go from those groups. Did who go kind of influence this vote and kind of how you approached it, like kind of planning your path forward?
Um, not for me, and not in any conversations I had did the folks going home matter. Maybe if it was two rookies or two vets that could shift things into staying with those lines to keep our numbers or something like that. But no, I don't think it was really too much of a factor in this vote.
Okay. Another way, we could break this down even further, right? We had the four individual tribes, and on this grouping, we have two pairs of two and two solos. So, Zoe, as one of the solo members, I believe you're the only original Grindel on this group. How do you feel like you fit in? Were you able to kind of connect back with the vets, or did that make you kind of more of a free agent?
Yeah, I think we really worked well as like a tribe, almost like a new tribe, as seen by our first win. So I don't think it factored in, at least for me, it didn't factor in too much. Because I think, this is a new portion of the game and things are changing and stuff like the tribal lines maybe don't matter as much anymore.
Okay, interesting. I mean, if we do break tribal lines, or if we do break kind of the vet rookie line here, Louis, one side is going to be giving up an advantage, right? Heading into a group of five here. How do you navigate that? Kind of deciding, which group is going to budge first.
Well, it's a tricky line to navigate, but I think any move can be seen as an advantage if you're playing the game. And just because it might seem like the numbers have shifted one way doesn't mean that they can't shift another way the next round. I feel like this beginning portion of the game is really about getting to the next step. So if you feel like you need to cross a line, you cross a line. But if you feel like you need to stay close, you stay close. So I think everybody's kind of riding that right now. What's going to be the best to move them forward?
Yeah. Brad, do you feel like we're going to have a unanimous vote at this vote?
Honestly, I don't know. I think where everybody gelled together pretty well, and we won one challenge early. I think everybody's starting to kind of think maybe what's best for them at this point. So I really don't know where it's going at this point.
Okay. Do you feel confident with the group you spoke to that you have a plan in place?
I think so, but it is what it is. Like I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay. Drew, how do you approach this vote, knowing that after this vote you go down to 5, potentially go down to 4, potentially go down to 3? How do you position yourself to make sure you're not the next one gone, even if this happens to be a unanimous vote?
I mean, I think it's something that we're all super aware of, even if we're not directly talking about it. The whole, like, only one tribe winning immunity changes everything, because if it's just not your challenge, not your day, then it doesn't take much to end up here again. And we're fully expecting one, maybe two more tribal councils. So that's a lot of opportunity, and you don't want to leave that up to chance. So I think we're all trying to make sure that no matter what we do, we're positioning ourselves well. That's just what you have to do in this situation. It's unfortunate because I love this group. I was hoping we'd be able to win more challenges, but it's just the way the game goes.
Do you feel like you're planning more than one vote ahead at this point?
I don't know about planning, but it's always got to be in the back of your mind. But I would say my focus is on this vote because you got to get through this one first. So that's what my focus is on.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit, Ty. I mean, we're going to get to vote together as a group.
Yeah.
You know, the other two tribes, the newly formed tribes, have gotten to vote together as a group, potentially built those kind of trusts and bonds. I mean, how are you looking at this as a way to solidify this group moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, tribal council and doing a vote is really the only way to solidify those bonds. So, coming here, you know, obviously it's awful to lose a team member and someone that, you know, we all genuinely like. But you know, it can at the same time make your tribe stronger. It can at the same time make your game stronger. You know, make those bonds legitimate. You know, the only people that have been to vote together and with me is Louis. So you know, we'll see. You know, I think I can trust in the folks that I have built that trust with, but you never know until the votes are actually read. So,
yeah, interesting. That brings up an interesting point about, you know, everyone here has been to a tribal council before. Kevin, how much of the information of those, you know, vote breakdowns and who was with who and what happened was revealed to the rest of this group here?
I know we talked about the yellow tribes. I know we talked about there was an idol play, and that's what happened to Alicia. We talked about some of them. It's been a long time without food and significant sleep, so I don't know that I remember all the details off the top of my head, but we did talk about them.
Do you feel like any of the information shared is impacting kind of how you're moving forward together as a group here?
I would say that it is not affecting mine, but it could be affecting someone else's.
Okay. We'll end with a little favor. We haven't done this in a while. Who genuinely feels like they could go home at this tribal council? All 6 hands are raised. Very exciting. No one's going to be cocky. All right. Unless anyone has anything else to say, I think we'll get to the vote. All right. We'll start with you, Kevin.
All right. And we will head on back out for tea time number 2. I am walking with purpose this time, so we get a little more time together. All right, I would also like to thank this time, Jesus. I would also like to take this time to thank y'all for being incredible viewers. Keep those questions coming. They're super fun to answer. It is very fun to hang out with y'all. So this is always my favorite part of any round, is when we get our whole time away together. Okay, so all right, so again, that was the new Nedic tribe coming to tribal for the first time as a group. Bonds have not been tested, but they will be tested for this vote. So, okay, so, you know, despite what they're saying about kind of being like, oh, you know, we don't think the game is rookies v vets anymore. We're like, you know, we don't think that way. A lot of the tribal lines right now are still kind of looking that way from what I have heard. So we have, of course, Kevin H. and Brad on the rookie side from OG Sagan. They were clocked as a duo pretty early on and appear to be continuing that partnership in this new tribe together. Let's see. So, okay. Sorry, I'm just catching up on my notes. So, basically, H and Brad and Drew are saying they're going to be rookies strong, and kind of keep looking out to the veterans to see which one of them they might target. Each vet's name has been mentioned by the rookies, so they weren't really quite sure which way they might lean, whether it would be a vote for Ty, Louis, or Zoe. However, of course, Drew being the third rookie in that trifecta is, you know, has also clocked that Kevin H. and Brad are these two men that are you know, this pair, and she might potentially be looked at as a third, and you never want to be third in a group of three when you're in Survivor. So Drew is pretty worried about their connection. She's saying that she's rookie strong, but she might have eyes aimed towards the vets for connections instead of targets. I know her and Zoe, the girly pops of the Nedic tribe, have both talked about to each other that you know, they need to stick together as women in this game. They both super bonded with each other last night, and they have both separately in their confessionals talked about how that they love each other and that they want to stay together with these two girly pops, you know, with these four men that are on the tribe with them. So that, of course, would mean that if Drew stuck with Zoe, she might go ahead and flip on over to the vet side of things, where we also have Ty and Louie. So Ty and Louie are currently, you know, that like Spider-Man meme where like the Spider-Men are like looking at each other and they like have guns out and they're like pointing them at each other and they're like, can I trust you? Like, are you who you say you are? Like, I don't know. That seems to be the dynamic with Ty and Louie. They're like, okay, yeah, like we're working together, but are we? Like, I don't know. Do you know? And Louis has also said that he thinks an all vets alliance would be boring. And Louis does not strike me as the boring type. So, yeah. Let's see. Drew also feeling strongly about some people, but I don't know who they were. Saying these people really put everything out there and never stop talking might be referring to Kevin, H, and Brad, the rookies. Maybe not realizing that you don't, you know, put all of your cards out on the table for everyone to see and hear. So, not sure about that. And again, back to the rookies. Brad is not really like targeting anyone per se. He kind of, I think his survivor brain is like not locked and loaded yet. So he's kind of like, hey, like I'm with Kevin H. And like, I think he thinks like, yo, this game is like too early on to, you know, already be being like, okay, it's going to be this person and this person and this person. So I think Brad is like kind of taking it a little more chill, which kind of tracks with his personality. And I know Brad is also skeptical. This is funny. Brad is currently skeptical of Zoe because Zoe said that she trusts him. And in his mind, he was like, we've been together for 4 hours. Like, what do you mean you trust me? So it's just kind of funny that, like, you know, rookie players that aren't realizing, like, this game is 5 days and, like, a lifetime. It feels like a lifetime per round and a lot can develop. So just kind of funny that that was his view. And like, he's not wrong. Like 4 hours is not a long time in the grand scheme of this game to be like, yep, trust you. But you know, sometimes you gotta go with vibes. So we shall see. Not entirely sure who the target will land on because it sounds, which, you know, all 6 players put their hands in the air and this tracks. So it might be another blindside, not sure. All right. So we are heading on back in to rejoin our friends. And I'm excited to find out what's about to happen with y'all.
Okay. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. I'll get to the votes. First vote, Zoe. Second vote, Zoe. Third vote, Kevin. Fourth vote, 2 votes each. 5th vote, Kevin. 6th vote. And the next person voted out of Can You Survive? Kevin. It's enough. Please bring me your torch. It's already blown out. Might be a sign, but Kevin, the tribe has spoken.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, we will follow Kevin H. a little bit out of the tribal council area, up there to the left by the shady tree line. Once those players file out of earshot, this will be Kevin's time to share any thoughts with our lovely viewers. But throw your stuff down, get comfy. We'll wait for these slowpokes to leave the area, and then it'll be your time.
I don't even get to eat. Damn.
All right, this is your time. You can go ahead and share any thoughts you're having with our viewers.
I think that was Drew. I don't think that was Brad. I think that was a dumb move for at least one of them. But I mean, I didn't even know that I was playing until a week ago, so it's still great. And tribal council is the fun part, so it's fun. I'm bummed, of course, but like, you can only be so upset to get to play the game.
Absolutely. And you did get to play a lot of game, made it super deep into day 3. Lots to be proud of about your time out here.
Thanks.
Would love to know maybe something you're most proud of about yourself.
I would say probably that slider puzzle that was really hard for everybody else. That I did pretty well. That was good. Yeah, I think like just being out here, like I'm a city mouse. Like I don't camp. And like day 3 of no food, I haven't had anything besides a few bites of rice since Monday morning. So like I'm still here and could do more. So I like pushing myself. That's fun.
I love it. And is there something you've maybe learned about yourself in your time out here?
I wouldn't say learned about necessarily. I play a lot of online games too, so I know how the perception is around me. So I kind of knew kind of what I'd be up against coming into this, and it kind of matched my expectations in terms of like knowing people were going to think that I was a threat and things like that. So not so much learning new things about myself, but like good confirmation that I know myself pretty well.
Love it. We love a strong sense of self. And before I let you head on over to No Man's Land, you are playing for a fabulous cause. So please go ahead and shout them out and let the viewers know who you're playing for.
As soon as that bug goes away, I am playing for the Trevor Project. So the Trevor Project, as many people know, helps with suicide prevention, specializing in the LGBTQ community. I've been very fortunate in my life to be blessed with strong mental health, and so I try to pay that forward to people who are not so lucky. So it's important.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Kevin. I'm going to hand you off to your handler, Barry, as you walk on over to No Man's Land.
Okay.
This is not goodbye forever, just goodbye for now.
I gotta take some of these people on.
All right, everyone. Heading back over to host cam to find out when we're going to be live again. Whew. Hello, Cam. Just wanting to know when we will be back in action for the viewers.
So it's just about crowning the tribes. Yeah, so 15, 20 maybe.
Awesome. So we will see you back on the challenge field. You can see in the distance our challenge team already putting it together. Will be about 15 or 20 minutes, and the next tribal challenge will be happening, and you won't want to miss it. So see you in 15 or 20.